Hi there, Year 6. So today we're going to be carrying on with our conversion work between different units of measurement. So a quick to do now on the board, I want you to try to divide the following numbers by 8. And the reason why I want you to do this is because this is one of the conversion factors which we'll be focusing on today. So I'm going to pause the video now for about 30 seconds to try and do this do now. So hopefully you had the opportunity to pause the video. I'm just going to quickly go through the answer to these. So 160 divided by 8 is equal to 20. You can work that out because 16 divided by 8 is equal to 2, and you need to add a 0 at the end of that. 200 divided by 8, do a quick long division for you. 8 into 2 is 0, regroup of 2. 8, 16, 2, regroup of 4. 8 into 40 is 5, so the answer is 25. So 200 divided by 8 is 25. 20 divided by 8 is equal to 2.5, because you need to add a decimal point here. And finally, 136 divided by 8, I'll just do it down here for you. 8 into 1 is 0, regroup of 1. 8 into 13 is 1, carry a 5. And 8 into 56 is 7. So this one is equal to 17. The reason I asked you to do this for you do now is this is one of the conversion factors today, multiplying and dividing by 8. So today, carrying on from yesterday when we converted between metric and imperial units of measurement for distance, today we're going to do it for different units of measurement today, so not on about distance today. So some of these key words today are metric, imperial, unit of measure, length, mass, capacity, convert, equivalent, equal to, and approximate. And yesterday we went over what the difference between metric and imperial is. So most countries today use metric measurements, just recapping yesterday, but we know from yesterday that the United Kingdom uses both metric and imperial. And the reason we are learning to convert between these different measurements is because this conversion is very valuable for everyday life. And I'll show you some real life examples in a second where different units of measurement, for example, jugs, bottles, things like that, will have the units in either metric or imperial. And sometimes you're going to have to convert for them for things like recipes and in real life. So we've got different units here in the board. We've got gallons, pints, stone, pounds, and ounce. What do you know about these measurements today, and when might they be used? What could they measure based upon your real life experience of the world so far? So you might want to pause the video now for about a minute and just go over these terms here and what you already know about these measures. So hopefully you had the opportunity to pause the video there. Hopefully you'll be familiar with pounds and ounces and stone being used to measure weight. You might have come across stones before, as that is sometimes a weight used to measure yourself. Gallons and pints, you might have seen these on the edges, on the outside, like milk bottles, sort of liquid. So hopefully you're familiar with the gallons and pints being used maybe in recipes for liquids, and stones, pounds and ounces being used to measure ounces. Again, in measurements, they could be used in recipes, but also measurements of people and other things as well. So new learning here today. And now what I want you to do first is look at this mug on the side here, and that is used to measure, this jug here is used to measure milk. And you'll see here on this one there are pints and millilitres. And again, this is why it's useful to be able to convert between the units. Another thing which is used is called gallons. Now I'm going to teach you this conversion factor here, that there are 8 pints in 1 gallon, okay? So 8 pints in 1 gallon. So this conversion factor is to go from 8 pints down to 1 gallon, you have to divide by 8, because to go from 8 to 1 you have to divide that number by 8. To go the other way around, to go up from gallons to pints, you have to therefore do the inverse of division, which is multiplication, so you multiply or times by 8. So that's the conversion factor. The conversion factor is 8. To go from pints to gallons you have to divide by 8. To go from gallons up to pints you have to multiply by 8. So let's apply this example here. Say you have 0.5 gallons, you should say S in the end. If 0.5 gallons, let's see what that is in pints. Let's check this conversion factor which I wrote at the top. How do you go from gallons to pints? You have to divide, to go from gallons to pints, you have to multiply by 8, sorry. So you do 0.5 multiply by 8 to go from gallons up to pints. You can do that in your head, 0.51, 1.52, 2.53, 3.54. So it's equal to 4 pints, and 0.5 gallons is equal to 4 pints. You could have worked that out by doing multiplication. You could have done it in your head like me, or you could have known that by timesing something by 0.5, that's equivalent to times by a half, which is the same as halving it. So you could have also halved it in this case here, but it's equal to 4 pints. So 0.5 gallons is equal to 4 pints using the conversion factors used up here, which is equal to 8. Lovely. Let's bite to some more examples here. So we've got talk tasks. Now, for this talk task, I would, in a normal lesson, pause this lesson here and give you opportunity to do it with your peers. However, I think you're ready to do this at home. What I want you to do is convert the following to pints and gallons, remembering these over here, that 8 pints is equal to 1 gallon. So to go from pints to gallons, you need to divide by 8. And to go from gallons up to pints, you need to do the inverse, which is multiplying by 8. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to try and do these independently, and then we'll come together. I'll give you about 2 minutes to do this, to pause this video, and then we'll come back together and do the answers to work out what they are in pints and gallons. So hopefully you had the opportunity to pause the video there. I'll go through the answers now. So for the first one, to convert, you need to first of all work out what you're converting, and you're converting here gallons up to pints. So what you should do, look over here, you're going from this way, so going from gallons down to pints, so you need to multiply it by 8 for this first one. 11 multiplied by 8 is equal to 88, sorry, it's hard to type there, pints. So 11 gallons is equal to 88 pints. Look on the second one, again, you're going from gallons to pints. You look over here, you're going from gallons up to pints, so you multiply by 8. This time, you might have to do some long multiplication here. So I would do 75 multiplied by 8 and add the decimal point in afterwards. 8 multiplied by 5 is equal to 40, so 0 here, regroup of 4. 8 multiplied by 7, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Add a 4 is equal to 60, but remembering to add the decimal point 1 in from the right here. So 7.5 gallons is equal to 60 pints. This time, you'll notice you've now converted from pints to gallons. To go from pints down to gallons, you have to divide by 8. So you have to divide 160 pints by 8 to get what it is in gallons. 160 divided by 8 is equal to 20. So it's 20 gallons here. For the final one, you're converting again from pints to gallons. Look over here, to go from pints to gallons, you divide by 8. So 8 into 12, I'm going to do it by division over here. 8 into 1 is 0, regroup of 1. 8 into 12 is 1. You're going to have to put a decimal point here, put a 0 here, and regroup the remainder. Remainder from 8 to 12 is 4, so you put that here. Put a decimal point at the top as well, and 8 into 40 is equal to 5. So 12 pints is equal to 1.5 gallons. Hopefully you got these correct. If you didn't, please pause this video now, go back and figure out where you went wrong for these conversions, remembering the conversion factor is by 8. Now, I've taught you one conversion so far today, but there are lots we need to cover, so I'm just going to cover one more in this lesson. We're going to be covering the conversion now for weight. And I mentioned these words pounds, ounces and kilograms. And we're going to be working, this is for weight. So, for example, it might be used in a recipe, but also it might be used kilograms to measure a person as well, like the same for stone. And we're going to be working what the conversion factor is this time and how you change these units of measurement. So you see at the top here that 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 lb, which is the same as pounds. Okay, so 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. Below it says here 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound. So 16 ounces, that means ounces are really small. And you'll see here that there are 14 pounds in 1 stone. And you might have seen stones on a measuring scale as well to measure yourself. So if this is the case, how many ounces are equal to 1 stone? Okay, how many ounces are equal to 1 stone? So what we're going to do to work this out is we're first of all going to work out how many pounds there are in a stone. So there are 14 pounds in 1 stone. Okay, so if there are 14 pounds in 1 stone, okay, and we know that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, to work out how many ounces there are in 1 stone, we're going to have to multiply the pounds by the number of ounces. So we're going to have to do 14 multiplied by 6 is equal to 1 stone. And I'm going to do long multiplication over here to work that out. 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. Regroup of 2. 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. Added 2 is 6. Put a 0 here. 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Add them together. That's a 4. So it is equal to 224. So how many ounces are equal to 1 stone? 224 ounces in 1 stone. Okay. So work out these conversions by working first of all by breaking it under pounces, working out how many ounces are equivalent to 1 pound, and then multiplying them together. And it says here again what I've written over here, that 2.2 pounds is equal to 1 kg. So there are 224 ounces in 1 stone, 16 ounces in a pound, and 14 pounds in 1 stone. So let's apply that to one example here about a spacesuit. So it says here a spacesuit has a mass of 3 stone, 2 pounds. It's asking here, what's the approximate mass of a suit in kilograms? And we've provided with the conversions over here that 14 pounds is equal to 1 stone and 1 kg is equal to 2.2 pounds, which is written down as lbs here. That's what pound is equal to. So to work out what 3 stone 2 pounds is in kilograms, I'm first of all going to have to convert 3 stone and 2 pounds into pounds. So 3 stone 2 pounds in pounds. If it says here 14 pounds in 1 stone, I'm going to do 14 multiplied by 3 to work out what 3 stone is in pounds. 4, 8, 12, 2, regroup 1. 3 multiplied by 1 is 3, add 1 is 4. So 3 stone 2 pounds is equal to 42 pounds, but you've got to add on the remaining 2 pounds here. 42 add 2 is equal to 44 pounds. Lovely. So 3 stone 2 pounds is equal to 44 pounds, okay? But we've got to work out what this mass is in kilograms. Now we've said here that 2.2 pounds is equal to 1 kilogram. So to go from 2.2, so to convert between pounds and kilograms, it has a conversion factor of 2.2, and you've got to actually divide by 2.2 to go from pounds to kilograms, okay? To go from 2.2 pounds to 1 kilogram, you divide by 2.2. Therefore, to go from convert between pounds and kilograms, you divide whatever pounds you have by 2.2. So to work out what it is in kilograms, you're going to have to do 44 divided by 2.2. Now, I know straight away in my head that 44 divided by 22 is 2. So you know it's got to be 2 something. So 44 divided by 22 is 2, but divided by 2.2, you have to do the opposite. You have to multiply the answer by 10. So 44 divided by 2.2 is equal to 20 kg, okay? So the approximate mass of a suit in kilograms is equal to 20 kilograms, and that's your answer. You might want to pause this video here now and break this down, work out how you did it yourself, check whether you did it correctly or not. And if not, look at the conversions and see exactly where you went wrong. Was it the conversion between pounds and kilograms where you had to divide by 2.2? Was it the conversion of stone to pounds where you had to multiply by 14? Figure out where you went wrong and rectify it. So for this talk task now, Fred wants to calculate his BMI, that's how much you weigh, but to do this, he needs to know his mass in kilograms. He knows that his mass is 70 kilograms. So what would this be in pounds? Again, use these conversions over here, 16 ounces of 1 pound, 14 pounds of 1 stone, and work out what his mass would be in pounds. I'm going to give you the opportunity to pause the video now, I say, for 1 minute to try and work out the answer for this talk task here. So hopefully you had the opportunity to pause that video there now. So this time we're converting from kilograms to pounds. So I'm going to check this conversion over here. Rather than dividing by 2.2 this time, hopefully you should have realised that you need to multiply by 2.2. Okay, so to go from kilograms to pounds, you have to multiply by 2.2. You've got the kilograms here, so all you have to do for this one is do 70 kilograms multiplied by 2.2 to give you whatever this answer is in pounds, okay? Because it's asking you what to do in pounds. Oops. Lovely. So I'm going to do this over here. What I would do to work out what it is in pounds, 70 multiplied by 2.2, you could do 22 multiplied by 7, 7, 14, regroup of 1, 7, 14, add 1 is 15. So it's 154, 22 multiplied by 7. And you have to, because I did it by 7, I removed the 0, but then you have to add a decimal point in. So the answer is still 154 pounds. So just double check, see if it matches what you've got. What I did is do 70 kilograms multiplied by 2.2, and the answer was 154 pounds. Check to see if you got that answer, and if you didn't get it right, see where you went wrong. For your independent task, you've got to convert between metric and imperial units of measurement. For the procedure, I've given you the conversion here. So I've said that 8 pints in 1 gallon, so please refer to this in your work. For down here as well, I've given you the measurement that 1 stone is equal to 14 pounds, 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. This is all the information you need for the procedure. Please make sure you're reading which way around you're going before you convert it. Application gives you some word problems of this. Please read this application question very carefully because it's quite long. It gives you a real world problem where it uses these measurements in a recipe and it's checking to see whether you've got the right amount of ingredients for it. The challenge links in one more bit of information. It links in litres. So you've got to really, really read these conversions carefully in order to convert it. Add another step and convert it to litres, because that 1 litre is equal to 1.86 pints. Therefore, to go from litres to pints, you need to multiply by 1.86. I'll be very impressed if anyone gets these ones. And I've got a hint there at the bottom to help you if you're stuck. Good luck with your work. I cannot wait to see your work uploaded on Seesaw. Good luck, Year 6.